They like tap me on the shoulder, be like, "Hey, buddy, your wife is really beautiful." I'm like, "What's the difference in me today, this morning actually, if I've always been white?" He said, "Was I brown, and then did I turn white?" And I told him I fell into a vat of chemicals, and I turned this way.
Hello, welcome back to our channel. This is Ida and Nathan, and we are here to talk about a few things that, a few questions that we get asked as interracial couple. Now, these questions we got from, I believe it's, let me check the name of this. It's an article from HuffPost.
And you've read all these questions?
I have, and you have not.
I have not.
So, I haven't thought of the answers though.
Okay, so wait, this is 8 questions interracial couples are tired of hearing.
Yes.
Okay, so
and
these are questions we supposedly get a lot.
Yes, and a lot of these questions we do get a lot.
Okay. All right.
So we are going to talk about it. I think some of them may be a little cringy.
Oh.
Sorry, babe.
That's gonna get awkward.
But not awkward. Not awkward at all. So do you want to read the first question, Nathan?
Yeah. So this is by Grace Bouchel. Right? Yeah.
So question number 1.
Okay. How does your family feel about your partner's race? My family was way cooler than your family was in the beginning.
Yes. My family, I think it took them a while to accept the race. And I think...
it was not even about race. They just wanted you to marry someone from Ghana.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's it. Because you were immigrated here from Ghana. So in their mind, you know, like...
I should be with a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
A Ghanaian man.
It kind of makes sense. Like, especially... I think it would also, to them, means like, hey, you're not coming back, maybe?
Maybe.
You know, like maybe there's some of that.
Yeah. But, so, I'm not going to lie to you. Whenever I first met your family, I was very, very anxious. And I think I was more anxious because I was just scared. Should I talk about this? I was just scared that they may be racist.
Or that we're going to steal you.
I did have a sense of...
Because we would go meet them in the country.
In the country?
My gosh. So when we first met,
first time I met your family was in the country.
We went to a house out in the country. They rented a house out in the country for my graduation.
For graduation. And you know what? If you'll have seen the movie Get Out.
Yeah.
I literally had, like, on 2 occasions, I felt like I'm gonna go and they're just gonna kill me.
The house was beautiful.
I'll never come back.
It was out in the middle of nowhere. We had to like cross a river in the water.
So
and then the farther we go, I just like in the car. Like,
and I had no phone reception. But like you also gotta think that you do that all the time. I've never gone to the country to do anything.
That's
so
true.
Like taking me, the only black person, and I really didn't have any family here. I feel like if I was to get killed, no one is ever gonna know. But no, it wasn't the case at all. Sweetest family ever. Like, yeah. I love your family so much. My family, I think it took them a while to kind of like get a hang of it, but you were like my mom's like 3rd child. Like, she loves you. No. She loves you. Yeah, she loves you now. What do you mean now?
Well, in the beginning.
In the beginning, it took her a while. Yeah. But my whole family, I mean, they love you. My dad loves you. My uncles love you. I mean, come on. It's a win.
Yeah.
Right? It just took a while, but we got there.
All right. I mean, in any relationship, you have to win over
the
other person's family a little bit. Except for you. You don't have to. You just showed up and they all liked you.
Hey.
You didn't have to do any work.
I did some work.
I'm out there putting in hours of work trying to win these people over. And you just show up. And they're like, oh, she's pretty. We love her.
Oh.
Okay. All right. All right. You are... Okay, so this is a hard one. You are dating... a certain ethnicity. Aren't you worried about a certain stereotype?
Aren't you worried about stereotyping?
Yeah, but I've never had anyone ask me that question. Like, you're dating an African, aren't you worried about...
What is the African stereotype, though? Like, I don't even know what that stereotype is.
So one of the stereotypes that people talk to me about is food.
Yes.
It's not because you're black, it's because you're African.
Okay.
They're like, aren't you worried about eating this or that
I
food?
think one stereotype, though, about dating me was that people thought you were trying to date me. I was trying to date you to become a U.S. citizen.
That was a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning.
And that was not the case at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't like trying to be a U.S. citizen. I was already on the process to be a U.S. citizen before I think I met you at that time. But
yeah, you were in the process.
But I was not.
Just paperwork at that point.
And even if I was, and so what?
Yeah, that's kind of
And so what?
that's kind of people's own business.
Like I know.
Well, if it's, I think like when we watch what 90 Day Fiance, we see some of these girls
Yeah.
and these guys, and we're like, they're just trying to get to America. I see why people would be worried.
Yeah.
But not many people came right out and said anything like that to us. Which I always feel that way because I'm like, man, you're so attractive and I look like this. And I'm like, people probably assume those
What do
things.
you mean? Stop it.
Sure. All right. Next one, question 3. Wouldn't it be easier to just date your own race?
That's like a weird question because I feel like, is dating easy? Period. Is dating easy?
Yeah, it's not. No.
It is not easy. No matter what, like any kind of relationship, it's not just easy. So I don't see how it's any easier dating someone from your own race. I mean, I speak English, you speak English. We can still communicate, and
Well, I think that also cuts down on your options. Like, if you say, hey, I'm only going to date a white person or I'm only going to date a black person, then you've just gotten rid of huge portions of the population.
yeah,
And there could be, like, one of those people could be your perfect match.
that's right.
You know what I mean? Like, and you wouldn't know because you're like, well, it's just easier to date people of the same race.
That doesn't mean I think that's not a very smart question. I mean, I don't know. So, no, it's not gonna be easier to date your own race because you just, you fall in love with whoever you fall in love with, and dating is not easy. It takes work no matter what.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All
Question
right.
number 4.
But think of the children. Aren't you worried they will be bullied?
So for me, I'm not worried they're gonna be bullied because they're different races. I just think bullying does happen in schools all the time. You're an educator, so you probably know more about this than I do, but I don't think that it has to do with race, right? For kids to get bullied?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure. But it can also be, I've seen it in every different direction with race. And a lot of times, it kind of depends, but sometimes, like, if someone's really dark,
Okay.
right? I've seen black kids make fun of other black kids that are really dark.
Gosh, that's frustrating.
Yeah. But I don't know. Or I've seen them make fun of kids that are light skinned. I've seen, I don't know, kids make fun of kids that are really white. You mean like you're so pale? Like,
have you ever been worried about our kids being bullied because of their race?
I think growing up, I would have been more worried, but I think people are a lot more accepting now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think, I don't know. Sometimes I've seen them with other kids, and they'll be surrounded by like a bunch of just white kids,
Yeah.
but I don't know that they even notice that much that they're
Yeah.
different color.
I think David notices now.
He's starting to notice. He's starting to figure it out. He was asking me today, this morning actually, if I've always been white. He said, was I brown and then did I turn white? And I told him I fell into a vat of chemicals and I turned this way. So I just want to really confuse him.
Hey, don't confuse that
I
child.
didn't tell him. We had to explain it to him that, like, I don't know, that daddy was always white, mommy's always been brown. But then it was kind of confusing because we were trying to tell him.
He was not really, I don't think he was getting it.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I don't think there'll be, I'm not too worried about the bullying.
I'm not worried about bullying either. I don't think that people get bullied. I mean, yes, it happens, but, I hope it doesn't happen to a child. But I'm not really worried, like, oh, if I marry this man and we have kids, they're gonna be bullied. I don't think that. I'm not thinking like that.
Yeah.
Question number 5.
Okay, do you only date? So do you only date white men, and do I only date black women?
Nope. I haven't only dated a white man.
You're the first black woman I dated, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. They say once you go black, you never go back.
Sure. That's one awkward way of putting it. It's not like I've only ever dated one race before. I've dated whatever race. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one.
Question number 6.
Number 6. Okay.
Ooh.
Can you help me find a certain race or ethnicity boyfriend or girlfriend?
I get asked this all the time.
You get asked this like on the daily.
On the daily. my friends and some people are not even friends. They just reach out to me like, hey, can you help me find a white man?
Yeah.
You can't help me find. You can
No,
help me find.
I know that question.
Please find all my friends white men because all my friends want white men. Find them all and give them all. Everybody
I don't know,
be
like,
interracial.
I guess it's just like it's an awkward thing to ask, and sometimes it'll be people that you like haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah.
And they'll just be like, "Hey, I think they just see. I don't know. Maybe they see us having success.
Do you have any white friends you can give to my? I want like at least like 10 white males who can tell me, hey, these white males are available, and I can be like, okay, we just hook them up.
I don't just give away my friends to people. That's not how it works. I'm not in possession of them.
Wait, you don't own your friends?
Yeah, I can't just be like, hey, I found your wife, and then now you're gonna get married at first sight.
That'd be awesome. Maybe we can plan something like that. You know, if you're Nathan's friends, reach out to him, and then we can, you know, my friends have plenty, and you know, we can make this happen. Right, Nathan?
Okay, the next one.
Wait, you're not gonna say yes?
What? Oh, sorry, I stopped listening.
Question number 7.
I started reading it. Number 7. Don't you get frustrated not being able to express yourself in your own language? So I only speak one language.
Yeah.
Right? So that's for you.
Let me tell you something. If I'm pissed off enough, I tell Nathan how I'm feeling whatever language comes out.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
You mostly tell me in English, so no.
Well, yeah, that's the language that comes out.
Yeah, if you say it in the other language, I wouldn't understand, then it doesn't work. Then I can just ignore it.
But you have ignored it when I stick it down.
Well, I could choose not to ignore it, but either way, I don't understand.
That's true. I can express myself very well in English. I can express myself in whatever language I speak. So,
and I've tried to learn some. It's very hard, but you have
you're doing really good.
You have other people to speak out with. You can speak with your mom, call your brothers or something.
Yeah, but it doesn't get frustrating. Like, we can communicate just fine.
Yeah, we both speak
so
English.
It's not like frustrating. Question number 8.
Do people stare at you when you go on dates? So this is something actually we used to deal with in New Hampshire.
It was so bad.
Yeah, so we started dating in Texas.
Yes.
Didn't have anyone stare at us or anything, right?
We didn't really get
We were
that
in
much.
San Angelo, Texas, which is largely Hispanic, and so we both were like in the minority there, really. I don't know, and where we were living for sure, right? But anyway, so then we moved to New Hampshire so she can go to pharmacy school. And New Hampshire is like 95% white, and there we would go out and people would just stare.
They would just stare. I mean, like, I'm talking not even trying to hide it. It's like we walk by and it's like
we'd have to do this thing where you make very long, awkward eye contact just to get them to break their eye contact. Yeah, and they're just like, oh, it was like a daze. But I don't know if it was. I never felt like it was racist. Like, because two things would happen there, right? So people would stare. People would also come up and tell you how beautiful you were.
Oh.
Like, do you remember that? Like, once a week, some old lady would walk over and be like, and then it would always kind of make me feel bad. They'd like tap me on the shoulder and be like, hey, buddy, your wife is really beautiful. I'm like, what's the implication there? That like how did you get with this lady? And I'm like, okay, thanks. You know?
I remember one time we went to Gaucho's. It's like a Brazilian steakhouse. Mm-hmm. And each time we got out to go get sides, I mean, it was literally everybody would just stare.
Yeah, I just think they weren't used to seeing
interracial couples, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not. Where we were at, they weren't seeing a lot of black people in general, and then definitely not interracial couples. But no one said anything to us, right?
No one. Nope. I didn't think they could. They just kind of just looked, just stared.
Yeah.
I think this is not a question. This is the end of the questions here. But one thing I wanted to add is I remember this lady had made a comment to me. It's an African lady made a comment to me, and she said that she's way too African to be with a white man. That was funny, but it's very like annoying because I was like, what? Like, I eat my African food, I eat my kinky and my shito, I eat my fish, I eat it whole. I mean, I cook jollof, I put my kids on my back, I speak my language.
I think maybe that's just because she had a different idea. Like, that if you were here, I'd be like, oh, I can't smell this fish, right? You're cooking fish, which I don't like the way some of it smells, But it's not like I'm gonna be like, hey, you can't cook that in this house. You know?
Like I've never had to change anything. I haven't changed who I am.
Yeah, that would just be an unhealthy relationship.
It would be,
in general.
it would be unhealthy. Like, I've never had to change, like literally I've changed nothing about my culture, about myself to be with him. And he's changed nothing to be with me. If anything, I think we've tried to like merge our cultures together. You know, like I'm trying to teach him a lot about my culture. Like I'm trying to have him eat more of like African meals and African dishes. And, you know, I just tell him all those like stories that, you know, I grew up listening to, you know, like folklores in my country. Like it's just interesting and it's fun to just share my culture with him, and I enjoy that, you know what I mean. But I've never had to change myself being African. I am 100% African, 100% Ghanaian, and I've never had to change that, you know, to be with Nathan, and I love that. I mean, if you ever have to change yourself to be with who you love, I don't think it's good. Well, this is the end of it. I hope you guys enjoy this. There's questions. I'll call it a Q&A session. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time. Thank you.